Hello guys, welcome to part 2 of this 3-tier vintage wedding cake. So as we left off, all the cakes were covered in ganache, and now I'm going to be stacking the cakes, which is arguably one of the most terrifying parts. But as you can see, ganache is very forgiving, so even though this cake literally was thrown onto there, the cake survived just fine. My mum helped me stack the top tier because I just could not reach there. And then after adjusting it to make sure it was all centered, I like to pipe on a thin layer of ganache into the seams just to cover everything. And now onto the fun part, the piping. So I basically did my own thing because she sent me an inspiration picture, but it was so blurry I could barely see what I was supposed to be recreating. So I just did some cute vintage piping, and the main thing that she wanted from the inspiration picture was a heart in the center with the initials. So to do that, I just cut out this heart shape and placed it onto the cake with a little bit of ganache, and then I traced outside of the heart with a skewer. You could also use a toothpick, just make sure you're not picking your teeth with it before you put it on the cake. And then I just piped around my trace line. In the image, I could tell it was a double piped heart, so I used my... I can't remember the numbers, I'm sorry. I'll put all my piping tips in the caption. But I'd never done this before, and it came out so cute, so I was very happy. I then added these swags onto each tier. You basically do swags by doing this up and down zigzaggy motion, and I just love it. It really gives the vintage vibe, and I always do a ruffle on top of swags. I don't know, that combo is just undefeated in my book. Now, the bride and groom's initials were SS, so I used my Cricut machine to cut out the SS shape, and then I placed it inside the heart. In the image, the initials were written on, and I'm sorry, I cannot trust myself to write in black on a white wedding cake, so I used my Cricut, which I did tell the bride, and she was happy with that. I then added a tiny little shell border on top of each ruffle just to finish it off and make it look all clean and pretty. And again, in the image, there was another layer of piping, but I felt like this cake was already doing a lot, so I decided to tone it back a little bit. And my customers already know when you're booking with Katia Cakes, I will always do my own little twist and flair to a cake. So please don't expect me to copy an image 100% because I will never do that. Now, I will be adding cherries at the venue, but can we just appreciate this content my brother took of me and my mum? Just listen, and I'm not mean to my mum, I was just stressed. So we're gonna have to carry it like out, innit? Can't carry this box inside. It's okay.
But it's still okay. Anyway, just carry the cake to be.
You're gonna carry it, right? It's too heavy for me to carry all the way.
What about the box?
Say bye.
Bye. My delivery woman. She's on shift today.
How much per hour?
Love per hour. Anyway, we finally made it to the venue. It was at the Grand Pacific, which is a restaurant. These guys booked out the whole restaurant for their reception. I said, okay, girl, I see you, and it is gorgeous. But listen, I had to pipe on some swirls for the cherries to lay their little red butts. And when I tell you, I was shaking because there was people running around setting up the venue. But these are the cherries I use. They're just the OP's cocktail cherries with stems, and I get them from Amazon. They're in my storefront if you want to get some. But I'm using my tweezers and I'm placing them on as quickly as I can because the guests were set to arrive in literally 20 minutes. So I was on, I was about to say demon time. I'm never on demon time. Only time I'm on is God's time. Amen? Amen. But I trimmed the cherry stems just so that they were all the same length and did some final little touch-ups, and here is the cake in all of her glory. I was so proud of myself. It looks so gorgeous. It matches the aesthetic of the venue perfectly, and I love how it's not a bright white but like an off-white, you know? It just makes it seem more vintage. But as always, guys, let me know what you think of this cake, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, cuties.